Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this particular video, I'd like to discuss my thoughts on episode 4 of the anime series, Arpeggio of Blue Steel, Ars Nova. Another kick-ass episode, I have to say. This was just an all-out brawl between three ships, the I-401, our main crew, Iona, Gunzo, and crew, against the Kirishima and Haruna, the two fog vessels that we saw debut at the end of the last episode, and it was just a phenomenal sort of, cat and mouse chase all through this sunken city of Yokosuka, old Yokosuka City, where essentially, there's a scattering field for sonar and radar detection, stuff like that, that is easily exploited by Gunzo. And he has a three-phase plan, and it's hard to tell if he had all this sort of in the works ahead of time, or if he's going off the cuff, sort of loosely strategizing as they go along through input by Iona, the mental model of the I-401. But it was just an extravagant ass whooping by the end, because of course, as I say, they're leading the Kirishima and the Haruna on a merry chase. They have all these drone missile launcher devices that they lay all over this sunken city, and Haruna is a very intriguing mental model in that she's obsessed with cataloging words, the words that humans are speaking as they're about to meet their demise, spare us, have leniency, that kind of thing. And she's very intrigued by the emotions associated with them, the mental state of the humans that are expressing them as they are destroying these human vessels and the people on board. Kirishima is, physically in appearance, she very much reminded me, the design of the character, of Yuna, the character from Final Fantasy X-2. And for that, she was endeared to me because she has a very big chip on her shoulder, and she is pretty much certain that they are going to wipe, the sea floor with the I-401 and Iona, but they have to talk to Iona first. And this is intriguing because Haruna is obsessed with trying to understand, much as Takao was, and we saw where Takao ended up. She is now off waiting in the wings somewhere for Gunzo, wanting a human captain, wanting a human crew inside of her vessel, because she's been so intrigued by the human factor that they lack in their strategies and everything like that. You have Haruna basically coming up second with the same kind of curiosity. She wants to talk to Iona. She's asking her, trying to understand what it is about humanity that Iona sympathizes with, and she doesn't really have an answer for them, which is interesting because I think it also means she doesn't have an answer. She's still trying to figure it out for herself, let alone her fellow former fog fleet. So once phase 2 kicks in, they're still firing their erosion torpedoes. They don't have that many of them, and they have to use them sparingly. And there's this great last-ditch effort toward the end of the second phase of Gunzo's plan, where they anchor the vessel and they make it look like the ship has crashed, sunk into the depths, been destroyed. They power down, everything like that. You have both of these fog ships deciding to join, to amp up their power. They're basically configuring themselves together, and they use this mass tractor beam to open up the sea straight down to the ocean floor and pull the I-401 up to the surface. This is just absolutely spectacular seeing this unfold, and they're amping up a super humongous version of the gravity cannon, pulling their sources. But because of this, whether this was part of the sort of predisposed plan of Gunzo's, or whether it was something he was going, step by step during, he figures out through Iona's help that there's going to be an opening in their Klein fields that is necessary in order to fire the gravity cannon. And they have this last erosion torpedo that is expertly timed to nail them both, and effectively he destroys wholly both ships. Kirishima seems to experience these emotions. She's getting excited. She's starting to feel joy and everything like that. She's evolving, much as Takao did, beyond her sort of normal AI rigmarole of programming. And this is something Haruna predicted would happen. She was very concerned about them being shown regret, being shown that they will be defeated, and feeling scared or sad or all of these human emotions that she's been cataloging. And you have this just terrifying sequence where you see Kirishima being completely vaporized. She's pleading, and at that point Haruna has leapt after her to try to save her. She only manages to grip onto a jewel, an ornamentation. I don't know if that's actually going to be the brain center of Kirishima's mental model or what have you, or just an ornament left behind, but effectively by the end both of these ships are disintegrated, at least for all intents and purposes. And you have this little girl, I don't know if she's actually one of the other mental models or not, but I'm assuming she must be, who finds Haruna's sort of unconscious body disrobed in a barn, in a shack, completely just knocked out, and that ornamentation, as I say, from Kirishima. And so once again, you have the human quotient defeating these fog ships, and they don't know what to do with this. And so I have to wonder, again, what is the purpose of these ships? Who built them? What is it that they're either protecting or trying to keep humanity away from out on the ocean? And is it that, their evolution is really the focus of this story, encountering human beings and having to become more than what they are? Could it have been a vile corruption of sorts that led them to attack humanity in the first place? There are lots of questions about this series, and I'm just excited by just tremendous seafaring battles and, chess games on the water. Gunzo is showing full-on human strategy and how it can be that much more effective than algorithms and computer programs, even in an artificial intelligence. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 4 of Arpeggio of Blue Steel, Ars Nova, if you've seen it. Whether you're following the manga, without giving any spoilers away, are they really deviating from the story? I've heard some people talking about that they are leaving a lot of stuff out, and that makes me want to jump into the manga once the series is done, because I don't like to get into spoilers and stuff like that while I'm watching and reviewing the anime. So otherwise, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later. Peace.